Hello, everybody, and welcome to our match reaction show of late night football. It's finished. Chelsea 2, Wolves 2. I mean, what a game. We had the first half seemed very, it was entertaining, but you didn't think that, okay, you're thinking two teams, fairly perhaps distracted with a lot of things going on. And well, but what a second half. What a second half. We had 4 goals in the second half. It was absolutely entertaining. And Chelsea's new owners, prospective new owners, Todd Boehly, watching. It looks a bit like Kevin Costner. Is it just me? It looks a bit like Kevin Costner, young Kevin Costner probably. When as he watching, and I mean, what a second half though. It was fantastic. It was end to end, quite a lot, and I think you know Chelsea looked a little bit flat in the first half. I thought there were a few defensive issues as well that they had, and then Tuchel switches over to a back four, brings on Saul and Neves. I think that made a difference. I think it allowed them to control that midfield in that second half. Just even having a body, it really helped. And then, the first goal comes from an error. I thought Saiss was it's a bit naive. Again, much like what we saw last week with Brentford against United. It was just very naive because he's kind of trying to shepherd the ball out. It doesn't go out. Lukaku kind of uses his physicality to get to sort of win the ball back, and then he kind of kicks out. It was a penalty for me. I thought we got out on white. It was a penalty, and ball down to Lukaku. He finishes it off very nicely. It's 1-0, and then straight after it's 2-0. And again, Coady makes that mistake. Tries to play a ball, not to Moutinho. I think he was trying to play it to Johnny, I think, on the other side, but Moutinho is in the way. It comes out. He's trying to sort his feet out. He can't. Ball ricochets. If pass comes to Lukaku, and Lukaku scores 2, and that is just a good goal. Lukaku hasn't scored a lot of goals this season, by the way, so this is welcome for him to score 2 goals. He's on cloud 9. Chelsea on cloud 9. You're thinking, yeah, they've got some form back. They can now build on this for Liverpool, because that FA Cup game is now the game for Chelsea. And they try. And then suddenly, it just you think Chelsea in control, then cruise control. Wolves make some changes, and Chiquinho comes on. He was brilliant, by the way. Then Neves comes off, Trincao comes on, Hee-Chan comes on. Suddenly, for some reason, the game changed. Then Wolves just get a little bit of pace in the front lines, and things just change. It had to happen. Trincao scores a beautiful goal. Should have had 2, by the way, but he scores a nice goal. The first one, it's a brilliant finish, and suddenly it's 2-1, and Chelsea are on the ropes. But the Chelsea of last season, they would have won that game. They would have seen that game out. They would have won it. But the Chelsea of this season is just different, isn't it? There's just something different about it. Can't really put my finger on what it is. Maybe the defense is a season old. Maybe the midfield isn't as compact as it used to be. But whatever it is, 2-1 doesn't feel enough. And Trincao has a second chance, which he should score. He should score that, but he kind of overthinks it. Passes it wide, but then it comes back, and towards stoppage time, Chiquinho puts a brilliant cross in, and Coady, the man who was at fault for the second goal, redeems himself with a fantastic header to make it 2-2. I thought it was a wonderful end to a game. As a neutral, it's a wonderful end to the game. I think Chelsea probably would be disappointed with the result. Todd Boehly got his head in his hands, thinking, "Oh my God, what have I got myself into here?" But it finishes 2-2. Tuchel's disappointed. I think Chelsea fans will be disappointed as well. It just to me feels, and I don't know what it is, but I feel that defense, I think, has been exposed. And I think, you're starting to see them for what they are, which is basically they are a season older than last. Some of them are there are a lot of tired limbs out there. I would, try to get all of them rested for the Leeds game. They've got one game before that. Leeds. The problem is Chelsea has such bad form right now. They might want to play the senior pros to get into form for Liverpool. But at the same time, some of them look so tired out. I don't even think that would be a good idea. I don't know what you would do, but I think I would just rest them for the Leeds game. Just let them get out of the firing line. Let them have a week off, and then try and focus on the game that's coming up, because I think that's probably the smartest option. But I don't know what Tuchel will do. Romelu Lukaku was brilliant. I think he might have played his way into the reckoning for the final. I don't think he would have started the final, but I think on this performance, you can't really leave him out, because I don't think Pulisic, Werner, and Havertz have been scoring goals anyway between them. So you've got to have somebody who's in goal scoring form. So I think Lukaku might be the answer for that. But otherwise, defensively, they've all placed. I think Saul Neves, it's difficult to quantify Saul Neves' performance, because him coming on did make a difference in terms of the structure and the shape of the team. But I don't think he had any real contribution to the game as well. So it's hard to make what to make of that. But they probably need Kante or Kovacic, Jorginho, one of them to find form, because I don't think that midfield's working. Loftus-Cheek is okay, and he'll be fine, but he needs somebody alongside him, and neither of those three are in form right now, so it didn't need that, which will be obviously something for them to consider. But the real issues are in midfield and defense, really, is that finding those right combinations. And I don't know what the answer is, but Tuchel's going to have to find something from somewhere. Otherwise, Liverpool are just, steamroll them on the basis of what they did today, because they kept getting cut time after time after time. They kept getting cut on the counter. They were like, Wolves were like having a field day. They probably should have scored more than the 2 that they scored. They probably should have won this game, really, on the basis of chances that they created. But, the Liverpool won't be so forgiving, and they'll be more clinical. So definitely Chelsea are going to find some way to find form back again. For Wolves, is the point that keeps them still in contention. I think for a Conference League spot, I would have said a loss here probably have damaged their chances, but the reality is it does give them some hope. Depending on what West Ham do, West Ham probably will need some time to recover from that Europa League setback. But maybe it's good news for Manchester United that the Europa League spots might be safe. If they can get a result today, I think they get a result today, they should get it anyway. But I think this might be one of those results that might just make it a little bit easier. But that's something for later. But I thought Wolves look in the second half after the substitutions, it looked good, and I hope Trincao gets most chances to start for the rest of the season. Hopefully, get some more minutes. I think Chiquinho looks good as well. I think love to see him playing a little bit more as well. I think Sarr was brilliant. Again, looked very commanding. I think he's one of the more underrated goalkeepers in the Premier League right now. I think he definitely brings a lot to the Wolves team. So definitely want to keep an eye out as well on for the future. So a good result for Wolves, a sensational comeback from them. And it's a result. It's a draw that pulls Chelsea back into Chelsea don't want to be in this conversation. The problem is they keep getting dragged back into it. They keep getting it dragged back into the top 4 conversation, because right now it is quite tight. Now the advantage that Chelsea have is the fact that Liverpool and Spurs and Arsenal to play each other, so it gives them that cushion. Really, they're making it difficult for themselves. They really are making it difficult for themselves to just confirm top 4. I think a win today would have really given them that advantage that they needed, but they've just kind of squandered it. So that's something as well for Tuchel to think about, because they're going to come up again, and they think what the timing for the Leeds game is. Well, said, does that become a need to win game, or a want to win game? Something to think about as well. But nonetheless, and so I don't think there's. I think this is a great game. It was a great game for us. The neutrals was a great game, and Chelsea fans will probably disagree, but it's a good game, and it's one of those games that hopefully something for Chelsea to learn on, and maybe they can again continue. I think right now it's really all just about figuring out what to do for that Liverpool game for Chelsea, and at the moment there's a lot to do, but we'll see what happens. If you enjoyed this video, do remember to like it and share it, and of course do subscribe to our channel on YouTube and follow us on Facebook. We always appreciate your support, and we'll continue to produce more content. We got more match reaction videos coming today, so stay tuned for that. And once you subscribe, you can also get notifications on new videos that drop, so definitely do that. We'll see you again very soon. Take care. Bye bye.